from a little cover. I got my dreams inside, wrestling on the mat. I go and put up a fight with every hold and slam. I rise to the peak. Now as Professor Bear, it's my strength that they see. Roaring with knowledge like a lion so proud. In this wrestling world, I'm standing out loud. I'm Professor Bear, got the passion to spare. Wrestling's my life with the power to share. From the roots to ropes, in the spotlight we gleam, chasing victory dreams, living out the theme. Now my WOSN, my squad.
Yeah. Hey, new beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul.
With my voice through will always rise. In the wrestling world, one just claim the prize.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us this evening. I am Professor Bear, and this is the Bear's Thoughts. Guys, girls, we are just moving along. This month has flew by gaining knowledge on being a wrestling promoter. We're getting to see so many different things, from being a startup company to being a company for a long amount of time, from being a promoter from overseas. There are a lot of different things that go into making great promotions. And luckily for us, we have another great promotion that is from the Mississippi area. I was doing my due diligence trying to find promotions, and it wasn't a particular promotion for me looking for like the big ones, the small ones. I wanted a little of everything so we all can get that flavor. And again, today I'm blessed to have Modern Wrestling Entertainment out of Mississippi. Guys, how are y'all doing today?
Hello, good evening. Good evening. We're doing good. How about yourself?
Can't complain. I'm old, I creak, but I'm alive, so everything else is a bonus.
Yes, yes.
So before we get started, guys, girls, I want y'all to notice that the logo has changed. I want you to see their logo, because a lot of times in this wrestling world, which is a big world, unfortunately, a lot of names are similar and sometimes even the same. So what I want to do is make sure when you go look up their promotion, because I know you will, I want you to know you got the right one. And if you're anything like Professor, it's easy. I put up the QR code, will take you to their Facebook. When you go do that, make sure you give them a follow, give them some support. Professional wrestling is everywhere, but giving support to local business is a tremendous thing. So from there, I want to start off with a question I ask all of my. How did y'all become
wrestling fans? I think I was born as a wrestling fan. My first remembrance was people like Bobo Brazil and Junkyard Dog, Coco Beware. Those were the people I kind of first knew as wrestlers. I mean, I remember as a kid going to my grandparents' house and they had pictures of wrestlers all around the room on the ceiling. So I kind of was grandfathered into it.
Right. So I don't mean to be rude, but you said that, and that made me think of this. And once I show you this, I think you're going to appreciate it. So me being me, I'm a wrestling fan to my heart, and I believe in representation too. Now, do you know who that man is?
Oh man, I had to look real close.
Look, I'm old, so yeah, they're a better one.
The lighting on it, I can't really see
Okay.
it.
So I tell you, that is the man, the myth, the legend. This is Thunderbolt Patterson.
Oh yeah, that's what Dusty Rhodes stole his gimmick from. Huh?
I knew it. I knew you. We here. We here.
Oh, you understand? Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Original.
made that shirt, and I've been making a bunch of different shirts with our people on it because
All right.
it's just I want to represent again, and let me be very clear when I tell when people hear this. I'm not saying people are racist because we know there are, but again, I love wrestling. And there are so many people that came before us to get us in this position. And I want to represent them and people to know about them. And a lot of times, the way of getting people to know someone, you see a shirt, hey, who is that? That spawns a question. Then you give them that little nugget. Then they're going to go research. Then you're going to go find out. So when you said that, I was like, oh, where's the shirt? Where's my shirt at?
Yeah. See, to me, it's like it's a buried history almost, which brings me to like the history of our company, Modern Wrestling Entertainment. It began back in like 2022. Like it was a vision we had. You know, the wrestling industry at the time, it was booming. But one thing was missing: authentic Black stories. There were storylines out there, but very few reflect Black excellence and celebrated Black history in a meaningful way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So what we decided to do, we decided let's start something for our culture. Let's do something for us, you know. So we committed to creating a promotion where stories and characters and energy come directly from Black experience and Black creativity in a niche that what Modern Wrestling Entertainment is. So over the next 3 years, from 2022 to 2025, we basically went around the whole Mid-South trying to recruit the best Black independent wrestlers we can find to create what will lay the foundation what will soon become Modern Wrestling Entertainment. And in a brief, that's our history and that's how we started.
I love the fact that there are few Black-owned promotions, and there are a few promotions that go to show just a particular race. And again, and the one thing I want people to understand when they listen to this is nothing to holler, we want separation, we this or that. What it is just wanting to show our culture and put it from our vision. Nothing more, nothing less. Again, I appreciate that there are all types of promotion. Again, there are trans promotions, and they is trans people. Nothing wrong with that. The wrestling is good. Nothing wrong. I don't want this to when people watch it. I don't because politics, races, and race and all stuff, life bleeds into wrestling, but it does not mean that because someone is doing one thing, they're racist or
Right.
they're sexist or anything like that. It's just wanting to show what they want to build in their company.
Right.
So
Right.
again,
You don't have to be anti anything to be pro something.
thank you.
I mean, it's been people of all races that have competed in our company.
That's right.
So we're a diverse company.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted.
Mhm.
We just built the brand based on representation, pride, and powerful storytelling. Basically.
And you can look at that to any other company.
Right.
Everyone has pride in their company. They
Mhm.
want to represent from their point of view.
Right.
So with that, my question is, you answered how you started. I hadn't heard from the young lady.
Absolutely. Well, as you can see, the vision started with him. He grew up, being a wrestling fan. I married into, growing up now together. His vision wrestling, the overall view of having them to look at something and to say, I can do that when I get old. Of them seeing our dream come to fruition, that they too can dream of being something or being that. And, just the overall vision of, if you want to make something happen, you got to make it happen. And anybody can make it happen if they put their hands to doing it. So I share the vision with him. And like he said, I do things behind the scene, but it's all a part of the bigger plan to expand, to take MWE worldwide. We started local here in Mississippi, so we do have a bigger vision for it, and we appreciate you having us on this evening.
Oh, it's no problem. I love that y'all have vision of something bigger, but you're not scared to get down and work for your goal and do what you need to do to get to that place. With that being said, what was the first thing when you like, okay, I'm gonna start this. This has got to come to fruition. What was some of the first things that y'all did to start to make the dream come reality?
Well, it was it was most about getting out there, getting to understanding of the business and how it works. We have a vision that goes beyond, we don't want people to think we're just trying to be a local thing. We want to be regional. We have a vision that eventually going national, worldwide. So our goal is to grow. So to get started, we have to just get out there and try to understand people. It's kind of like movies, you got Iron Man, which is catered toward everybody, but the hero is white, but
Right.
in Black Panther is catered toward a certain audience, and the hero is black, but still it's for everybody. And that's kind of how we envision modern wrestling entertainment.
All right. So, what was your first step as far as, okay, I'm going to do this. We're doing this. The first thing I need to do I got to scout for wrestlers, or I have to find a place, or
Right.
from that perspective.
Get out and talk to people. Try to get sponsorships, but we haven't had success doing that. So everything we built has basically been from the ground up. It's been all hard work. I don't want nobody to misunderstand. I am a professional wrestler. I have traveled to Mid-South and this region for over 15 years. So I know people. I have got to meet people. And I always felt like like I said, we was in stories, but they weren't authentic stories catered for us. That's what we want to display to the world. Black stories, authentic Black stories. Things you may hear people talk about in the barbershop. Stuff like that, something that's authentic to our culture. So basically, we're inviting people into our culture and our way of storytelling when it comes to professional wrestling.
I can add on some things where you said, how do we get started? Promoting, talking to people. I know he's been out, but people knowing that he's a professional wrestler, it's just having a conversation. And I've been telling people, that I know, this is something that we want to do. So word of mouth, Facebook, putting it out there. We're really hands-on, and a lot of our shows are family. We family that have come together. We pretty much handle everything. To the graphics and everything. We do the graphics. I do the designing. So pretty much everything is hands-on, from the promotion of the flyers, So starting off, just when I think about just doing a lot of promoting to put ourselves out there. And of course, the Cobra King knows a lot of people. So he's been doing that recruiting aspect of bringing everybody in, and me. I just been bringing family together to actually run the business of our shows.
Right. But to really answer your question, the first thing you got to do is believe. Believe you can. And from that point of believing, taking steps towards your goal. That's to accomplish anything in life. You got to believe you can do
it. That is very true. Quick side story about myself and getting started. Honestly, I never thought about doing a podcast. Didn't even have any desire, to be truthful. I one day saw someone advertising, and I thought to myself, man, I got a lot of knowledge that's just rattling around in this big brain. Maybe I could get it out. Then I thought, man, nobody ain't gonna want to listen to me. Went, sat down, told my wife that. She just looked at me. She's like, really? You'll debate with God, so you need to get up and go and do that. and after sitting there for about like 10 seconds, I'm sitting there. Yeah, I would debate with God. I would try to make him understand. I mean, no disrespect, no disrespect at all. But I want to tell him what I think. But with that being said, you definitely have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how in the world do you think you can convince anyone in believing in you? So let's get into your wrestling career. You said you've been doing it for 15 years?
15 years.
All right. So how did you get into the business?
Well, a promotion had started local to where I'm stayed. Basically, I always been a wrestling fan, and I even follow local independent promotions. So that was TWE, Total Wrestling Explosion, and they had a training program there. So they opened their doors for me, and it's been train. Eventually, I had my first match, and from that point on, it's learn. I was always taught to be a sponge in the room when you're in the room with people who've been further than you have, or have done things you haven't done. So I just learned to keep my mouth shut, open my ears, listen and learn.
That's it. You'll be surprised just being able to sit down and listen to what you can learn, how it helps you grow, not as just a wrestler, but as a man or a woman in life, because it's very easy to open your mouth to talk about things that you're not familiar with. But it takes someone who is very intelligent to be quiet and listen and then ask questions. So I love that. So when did it hit you that when you were doing your thing, you like, you know what? I want my own. I want to do it my way. When did that hit you?
Well, I would say just being around independent promoters, filling them out, seeing the things they go through, and realize, like you said, I can do it. And with the wife I have, she was the support that actually helped me pushed me to get it done. So it's kind of like your story. You know, you contemplating in your mind, you know, should I give it a try? First, like I said, getting out of recruiting, 3 years I talked to people, asked them, you know, if I choose to do this, you got my back. Everybody said they got my back. They've been with me since then.
I find it very, very. Well, I'm trying to think of the word. It's very encouraging that you can actually have conversations with people and people be a person of their word. They actually see the vision that you are telling and they want to be a part of it. It means really a lot when you can start with a thought in your head and you start trying to explain it to people. Like your wife, you explained it to her, and she immediately caught on. And it's like, okay, maybe you do this, but maybe I could do this. And we need to set a game plan. We know it's not going to be overnight, so we got to get the grind on. It's going to be a process, and I love when people come together and can see the vision of a person and so willing to help create that vision and make it a reality. With that being said, do you own your own ring?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you well, let me ask it this way. Tell me the vision or what you have now as far as your programming. How do you run your, say, just day-to-day wrestling show?
Well, in the business of professional wrestling, you know, it's hard to have a weekly episodic show. Like we don't have the
Right.
background program in WWE. So what we try to do is spread our shows throughout the year, you know, make it a spectacle. So I think we ran from March to October last year, like 6 months straight, once a month, and you can see the crowd growing and growing. So we don't want to wear out one area too much. So like I said, our goal is to expand. Right now, the main thing we need is funding to expand. You know, that's the main issue, which there'll be anybody's main issue when it comes to professional wrestling or anything you're trying to accomplish. But we're looking at avenues and different ways of getting the funding we need to, you know, pretty much take the show on the road. But we also want to make it, we have a vision, so it's a visual thing we're trying to promote also. So when you come to our shows, you're gonna see, you know, the laser lights, the smoke and mirrors, and like we're gonna try to make this an authentic experience for anybody. But we also, like I said, we're looking for more cameraman and thing like that to try to really bring the vision out.
One thing, I talked to WWE legend Bull Buchanan last week or the week before. All these days are starting to blend to me, but
Right.
conversation with him, and we were talking about his promotion. I was like, hey, if I was going to ask you some advice of starting one, what would you tell me? He looked at me. He's like, I tell you, don't do it. This ain't what you
But
want.
it's costly. It costs. It costs to be the boss.
Yes, yes. He's like, don't do it. He said, then he's like, okay, if you do it, you must have a lot of money to throw away because it's gonna cost you. And I found it funny, but understanding exactly what he was saying.
Right.
So the next person I talked to damn near said the same thing when I asked their advice. They want you, they are letting me know and the fans that if you're gonna do this, you need to understand you're not gonna make a profit the first couple of years.
Right, yeah.
You're gonna need funding, you're gonna need the desire to keep this going. This is not a easy business to be in, but if you're gonna do it, you do it the right way and be ready to grind, be able to understand what you want, your goals, and understand that it's going to be slow. It's not going to be a overnight. You're the WWE thing.
Yes.
Yeah, if you think about it, WWE been existing almost 100 years.
It-
You know,
and
and
yeah,
it took them 50 years to get to where they can actually see growth and start growing outside the New York area. And there was New
exactly,
York City, the largest city in the world.
exactly.
We are far from New York, you know. So we understand it's a slow process, but like I said, the buzz is there. So we're just trying to keep the momentum going, and let's get on. We ready for season 2 coming up. We like to call it season 2 of Modern Wrestling Entertainment. Well, we got some dates coming up. We got 2 dates. It's not official, but it's 75% official. We're looking at the next day being April 3rd, 2000, and June 13th of our next 2 dates. And they'll be at our original place, which is right here in Durant, Mississippi.
Okay. Are you open to working with other companies?
Oh, definitely. My ear is open. It just, I'm a phone call away. I'm not hard to reach. You can reach me through Facebook. You can reach me through Messenger. You can reach either one of us through the Modern Wrestling Entertainment Facebook Messenger. We do reply to messages. We do get back with people. But understand we are a startup company. So we look for people ready to grind and work towards building something big, making something major out of this. So, we interested in everybody, but we're looking for people who has that vision and that drive to actually push this thing to the next level.
Right now, how big is your roster?
We have around 24 wrestlers on our roster right now.
All right. Have you made any championships, or that's going to be down the line?
Oh no, we have champions already. I was the interim heavyweight champion after winning the tournament, so I was interim Modern Wrestling Entertainment heavyweight champion. The last show, I lost the title to the current champion, which is the Last Crow, Mr. Smackles. He's a rising star at the Mid-South. He's like a 5-year veteran, but he's making waves. He's still a young guy in wrestling, but he's making noise around the Mid-South area. I mean, if you in the Mid-South, you may have heard of Mr. Smackles. He's the recent and current Modern Wrestling Entertainment heavyweight champion. And he won the match from a concept we made. We came up with our own concept. We know things get high. It's hard to not follow some of the things WWE do. So we came up with our own concept. We called it the Modern Wrestling Entertainment, and it was the deal. Now, the deal was to be placed at the top of a ladder, and of course, if you climb the ladder and you unhinge, you get the deal. And the deal is you can challenge for any title, anytime, anywhere. And he cashed it in and took his opportunity and became the Modern Wrestling Entertainment heavyweight champion. That's how dreams can be accomplished here at Modern Wrestling Entertainment. It's up to you to make yourself, make a name for yourself, but the opportunity can be here. We also have tag team champions. We have probably the hottest free agent in professional wrestling today. He made a cameo recently on Monday Night Raw. Gio Savage. He's one half of our tag team champion, along with his partner, the Judge, RJW. Together they make up the tag team Muddy Waters. And they're our current Modern Wrestling Entertainment tag team champions. So those are the 2 titles we have right now. We have a heavyweight champion. We have a tag team champion.
So I here lately, I don't know why I've been telling people this, but this is just me. I've been a wrestling fan for over 40 some years. I'm 52 years old. So,
All right.
The one thing that bugs me, and it's a real pet peeve of mine, when local promotions have titles and they deem their titles a world title.
Right.
That bugs the hell out of me for the simple fact, how you gonna be a world champion and you barely leave the county, more than less your city.
So I mean, world champ. You got even in boxing, they have heavyweight champions that's not world champions.
Exactly.
To be a world champ, you got to travel the world to defend your title. If you're not with a worldwide company, you are not a world champion.
And I tell everybody this: when you own something, you can call it whatever you like.
Right.
That's your prerogative. But in the same token, be mindful of what you're doing and your entertainment. You want to make it, because we understand, most people understand what wrestling is. We we take the everything that goes on and we put it in the right perspective. So okay, we understand this, but we want it to make sense also. Don't I'm a big firm believer, don't make me look stupid. I want to believe in something, but don't make me stupid and treat me as I'm stupid when you do certain things like that. Make no sense whatsoever. None.
Right.
And you're being very disrespectful to your fans and to yourself, I feel like. But with that being said, where's the ladies? Man, where's the ladies division? I know your wife been asking you the same thing. What the hell, right?
Right. Well, Professor Bear, I'm gonna be real with you. The hardest sought commodity in independent wrestling is female wrestling. I mean, the
You are
doors wide
right.
open. It's not that many.
No, I'm teasing with you, but
Right.
I know exactly what you mean. It is hard.
With that being said, we are starting a wrestling school, and we are willing to bring in, train, and get the next female stars ready, and the next generation of stars. It just, like I said, it's a plan to expand and grow. So the opportunity would definitely be there, especially for those young black girls that probably couldn't see no way into professional wrestling. We're gonna make a window for you. It's gonna be opportunity there in the future. If everything goes as will and it's in God's plan, that's the goal.
It's part of the plan.
I love it. I love that y'all have plans. You're focused, and you're not running out there so quick to burn yourself out. Um, Something that I'm curious about is when you're doing your booking. Is it you and your wife doing the writing, or do you have other people? What is your style of booking?
Well, it's black storytelling. So I mean, we all have stories. I have so many stories that I want to get out there, but we take the input of other professional wrestlers, other black wrestlers, and we
And
build
collaborate.
stories. Yeah, we
Come
collaborate
together.
on things like that. So it's it's ideas to get pitched around. That's why we're not fast to just let's have a show this week, because we create stories. Like if you follow the company, you'll see everything been going in a certain story. It's been going a certain way. It's been building to things. So we I think we have good storytelling. Sometimes just sitting around the house and coming up with ideas and what if this happened? What if this was different? Man, if there was, how we said, if there was some black people doing that, they'll do it like this. So those kind of ideas we think had never been in professional wrestling before. And we want to bring those out. Like I say, everything is based off our culture, black excellence.
I love it. If I'm coming to a show, what can I expect to see?
You can expect to see the future of professional wrestling if you come to our show. Like I said, you know how they say when things get a little black in them, you know how they tend to change and grow for the better. I mean, you can look at the NFL, NBA for examples, you know. So you can expect our culture being things done our way. But like I said, you know, other people are interested in our culture as well, and the doors are open for them as well to come experience the black experience, you know.
To add on to that, you will get to see some just jaw dropping experiences. With me not being not as much into it, but when I tell you I'm working or I'm sitting back and I'm watching at the same time, and it's very refreshing to see the crowd. You know, the crowd is engaging and all into it. You know, every drop, you hear every sound, and so you will really have a good time. And I just believe that our audience, those who come in, they really enjoy themselves. And I'm not just talking, but you really see some good talent.
One thing that I get from going to independent shows is the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I find that the big companies, yeah, they have it, but they don't have it like the independent shows, because you you I like to call it, I'm going to a family reunion, because I see the same people. We have that same energy. We laugh, we joke, we get to see the same wrestlers. They know us by heart. They'll pick with us when they're in the ring. It's just a great family feel.
Yes.
That is an exciting thing. Plus, is is fan is family friendly entertainment that don't break your pockets.
That's
You don't
right.
have to try to mortgage your house, your car, and two of your kids just to get the nosebleed section of match. You can go in, you can actually be able to let your kids get food and maybe get a souvenir, maybe actually get to talk to the wrestler and
Right.
have that experience that's going to last a lifetime and keep them entertained.
Right.
That's
And
true.
you never know, you know, at our shows, you can actually go up, take pictures with the wrestlers during intermission, after the show, before the show. Those kind of experience you don't necessarily get at those big brands. And you never know, the person you take a picture of now may be the next Hall of Famer 10 years from now. Because that's the kind of talent we have here at Modern Wrestling Entertainment.
And see, I love the fact that you all are going for the future, and you want the people that work for you, you want them to grow and become all they can become. It's the thing that drives wrestling to me. You want to grow, you want to get to a level, you want your stars to get to a level, and you're not going to be like, oh, well, I started your career and you go on and leave. No, you want them to leave and get bigger and grow, and you bring up the next crop of talent and cultivate them. It keeps. You can't. I put it in this form. You cannot have the NFL if you don't have college football.
Right.
You have to continue to grow, to nurture, and to keep the NFL plentiful with great athletes. Great athletes are not just going to pop up. They have to start with you got to start. Maybe you don't play little league, but you start in high school. You got to have growth and understanding. And I love when promotions understand that and all about that. Would you do you see yourselves being able to go overseas with modern wrestling entertainment?
I mean, if it's in God's plan, I mean, we wouldn't turn down the opportunity. So let's say that. I mean, if the opportunity pops up, we see there's God way opening the door for us to do that. So if the opportunity comes, we definitely would have to take that opportunity.
What okay, here's the big one now.
Okay.
You have the opportunity that they just don't know why, but they're like, hey, you can sign 2 people anywhere in the world. One is a wrestler that is current, don't matter what promotion it is, and you can sign one wrestler that's not with us anymore that you think could help your promotion. Who would those 2 people be and why?
Okay. I can think of 2 people that can help our promotion. One is probably not with us anymore. Probably be it had to be Junkyard Dog, because I mean, I don't think there's ever been a black wrestler more popular than JYD. And to us, we understood JYD, and I don't think every fan understood JYD. So he'll be a person, definitely will be a catalyst of our company that will be able to show, because we all got that uncle that do stuff like that. We all got that one cousin that clowns at the barbecue, clowns at the party. And he put you in mind. I mean, he almost feel like a relative, so I know he'll help bring that family feeling and atmosphere in. And probably a current superstar now, it may be a little controversial, but I had to go with Trick Williams, man. I love what Trick got. I love what he's doing right now, To me, that's the future. And that's kind of the future we're looking at trying to build.
I have to say this about Trick. At first, I wasn't sold on him. I honestly wasn't. I thought he was a decent promo and everything. His wrestling ability was going to get better, I knew, but I just wasn't sold on him.
Right.
Then they did the one thing that just blew me out the water. They gave him a chance to become a heel. And man, he took everything. He took Booker T's stuff. He took The Rock stuff. He's taken just a bunch of different people, balled it together with his own unique flair. And oh my God, every time I see him now, the first thing coming to my mind is, man, I need some lemon pepper steppers.
Yeah, man. It's stuff we say, stuff you've been hearing for years, but never been in the forefront. That's how it is. The thing we understand, lemon pepper steppers.
Yeah.
10 pounds of bounce that ass. We know what all that is. We know that smell like and everything. So.
And I love the people when his music hits and the crowd goes stupid crazy. Yeah. But the only thing I wish they would do, they need to play the version of Booker T ad-libbing to that song.
Well, don't you? I love what Booker T doing on NXT, man. But I know some people say they don't like it, but you could feel our culture integrate, yes. And you can see it growing on people and growing now. That's only a taste of it. Exactly. Mark Entertainment is full dose.
So you said the JYD. So I got to tell you a personal JYD story.
Right.
I was born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where I am now.
Right.
I have 2 brothers, a sister, and 2 half sisters. My oldest brother and my sister went to live in Atlanta. So my brother, the oldest one, he worked at a rental car place, and he big wrestling fan like myself. and he got to meet a ton of wrestlers. So he started hanging out with a bunch of them, become friends with them. Actually, got a chance to get trained into wrestling.
Wow.
But I'll tell you why he's not. But let me go on with this. So I'm 15 years old. I'm down in Atlanta. My sister just had her son. So me and my cousin, she was 14. And we down, and my little nephew, we down there playing with him, get a knock on the door. I go open the door. Who's standing in front of me? Junkyard Dog.
Wow.
I'm sitting there like, what the hell? I'm in full shock. And
Right.
he asked for my brother. So I'm like, okay. And I yell upstairs like, hey, JYD here to see you. Well, send them up. I'm like, and the JYD is in front of me. So the funniest thing, and I always tell people this, he goes to go upstairs. Till this day, I've never seen anybody else do this. And I'm still amazed of how he did it. I've seen people fall down the steps. I've seen people fall and fall up. I've never seen someone fall up and miss steps. I promise y'all, he missed like 3 steps, fell up and completely missed them to get up to the ups. I still to this day don't know how the hell that happened. And I'm just like, what the hell? So yeah, and then a little later, him and my brother leaves, and I'm like, you hanging with the Junkyard Dog like it ain't like it's your old buddy. What the hell?
That's their that's their being part of the wrestling family, man. Being in the
Here's another
with a lot of people, man.
Oh, so here's another funny one. So at the time, it was about 88, 89, something like that. And my brother, of course, he knows how big a wrestling fan I am. And he comes in and he was telling me he was hanging out with the Samoans.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the area and they were working. And he said he was hanging out at their house. He said, man, they got these little 2 badass twins. I mean, they just all over the place. Just bad. Them and their little cousin. He's like, man, I just want to take my belt off and wear all 3 of them out. Come to find out, he was talking about the Usos and Roman Reigns.
Wow.
They were kids.
Small world, man.
Man, it's mind-blowing the stuff of that. It's like he would walk in like, hey, I got you this for you. And it's an autographed picture from Terry Funk.
Mm.
And it's like, wow, I was just so blown away. And when I got to meet people, they were just down to earth, just cool. So quick, let me tell you the other end of the story. He got to be trained. Guess who was going to train him? Who started training him?
Who that?
Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you.
A true legend. He's a legend all over the world.
Yes.
I don't think he got it just due in the States, but everywhere else in the world, he's a legend.
The reason why my brother is not wrestling right now, he said he did it for 2 weeks. He was running the ropes.
Uh-huh.
Running the ropes. And Abdullah got into the ring. He's like, okay. He said, I'm gonna give you something. He said Abdullah chopped him.
Wow.
He said that's all it took for him. He got out the ring, told him thank you, but this ain't for me. And
right. I don't get it twisted. You gotta be tough to do this.
Now
that you the calling card. That's your first initiation. Whether you rather do this or not.
Yes. And my brother, he's a big guy. I mean, he's what about, I say 5'10", stocky, used to play football, big guy. Now I'm 6'3", 300, and I never wrestled, but the reason I never got into it for man, I've had hip surgeries, back surgery, so but
Definitely take its toll.
oh yeah. So and then I started doing that when I was 13. I had my first hip surgery when I was 13 years old. So life life puts you, like y'all said, when God puts you where he wants you to be, you're all right.
And the doors are open, won't they?
Yes, they do. Because as much as I love wrestling and everything, I never thought I would be able to have my experiences and get to talk to people like yourselves and be a part of a culture that I love and do so much for. And truthfully, knock on wood, most of the people are just lovely. They will treat you with respect, and it's such a fun atmosphere. So if if you continue growing,
Mm-hmm.
if you continue having your vision to the way you're hoping it goes, and I come back and I say, "Hey guys, I seen what y'all doing. I'm digging it. Ever since I met y'all, I've dug what y'all been doing. Give me some advice on starting my own. What would you tell me?"
Uh, get out, go to different towns, get the feel of the people. Cause some places they love it, and some places they don't. So you really gotta get a feel on what's to be a good starting point. And basically, it's a lot. You gotta build a roster. You gotta have a roster to start. You need a ring, or some people I know some promoters that rent rings to have their shows. So a ring ain't necessarily something you necessarily gotta own, but it
Right.
does. It's an asset.
That's right.
But like I said, just getting the right people to work for you. You gonna understand when you behind the curtain of that locker room, it's egos that you couldn't imagine, and that's an independent wrestler. So I can imagine somebody in WWE and the size of their ego. So yeah, the egos, man. You got to learn. You got to be a patient person and know how to deal with some people.
And be strategic in your that's why I come in it in the planning part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I talk to him when he have visions and things that he want to do. Okay, let's come up with a plan. This is how we're gonna work towards what it is that he's trying to do it, and that's why I come in it. Be strategic. You have to sit down and being men and women of men and women of God. Of course, we always seek clarity, before anything. Because if God is in it, it's gonna work out. And so we're a firm believer in that. Everything being done in decency and in order.
I want to thank y'all, not just for coming on my show, but for what you're doing for the sport of wrestling. Um, I'm a firm believer in giving people their flowers when they deserve them. Like you all would know, a lot of times people wait until unfortunately someone's passed away to tell them how they feel. And I'm trying to give you your flowers, but they're not here to enjoy them. They're not here to be appreciative of that. So I try to make sure that I let people know how much I appreciate them, what they're doing, and to spread positivity, because in this world now, it's so easy to be negative and disheartening and nasty and things of that sort. And I just want to spread positivity and again to give people their due when it's called for. And I believe in my heart of hearts that y'all are doing something great, not only for Black people, but for people in general to have something to enjoy, to keep the sport alive. So after we're gone, our kids can enjoy this. And I appreciate y'all. And not this doesn't just come from me. It doesn't just come from your fans, but my fans and everybody. Thank you so much for all the hard work you're doing and for the hard work y'all are gonna do in the future. And I hope you feel that y'all have a place where if y'all want to come back and talk, help promote the show, I'll be more than happy to do for y'all. So again, thank y'all so much for everything y'all doing.
Thank you.
Okay, offer accepted. One more thing before we get out of here, we want to let you know where you can find us. You know we're on Facebook, but we're also on YouTube. If you at Modern Wrestling ENT Group, you'll see some videos that we have put out over the last year just promoting the company and some of our matches and some of our superstars available on that channel also. So that's a channel we're working on and we're working to grow. So we know we accept all YouTube support as well. So that's at Modern Wrestling ENT Group.
Guys, girls, make sure you go and give a like and go follow and go check out what they're building. Again, you are lucky enough to be on the ground floor of something that is going to be unique and it's going to grow. So make sure you go give support to that. It is an amazing thing. Again, us as wrestling fans, we take for granted what goes on, to what it takes to put on a show that helps us forget about our troubles for a few hours, that entertain us. So definitely, if you go to the show, you see the owner, let them know how much you appreciate them. Let them know how much you support them as a business. When you talk to the wrestlers, let them know. You'll be surprised on how much they appreciate that and how much it helps them continue to do what they do for the sport that we all love. With that being said, before I get out of here, if you watch my show anytime before, you know where it's coming.
Okay.
Please, please, please go support your local indie promotion. I will not stop saying it. I will not stop saying it because I believe in it so much. You never know the talent that is around you that could be superstars in years to come, and you can see them. Plus, you can go to a show with your family. You don't pay a lot for the tickets. You don't pay a lot for the snacks. You won't pay a lot for anything. Once you walk out, you still have money. So go do that. Go support. Please, please, please. With that being said, guys, girls, this has been another edition of A Bear's Thought. I'm Professor Bear, and we will see you again around the campfire very, very soon. Y'all make sure y'all come back, and thank y'all. Have a good evening.